Welcome back to another episode. My name's Kendrick Coates, and we're coming to you today with a new topic. And today's topic is one that I often think about with many of these topics that I bring up. And that topic is make yourself interesting. So, what do I even mean by that? When I talk about making yourself interesting, I like to think about it as in investing. So, whether you invest in stock markets or mutual funds or whatever it may be, we want to diversify our portfolio. And I think about that in the sense of us as men is make yourself interesting by diversifying the things that you are interested in. So what do those things look like? For me, and I'll give my example of what that looks like is I'm involved in I enjoy playing golf. I enjoy reading books. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy inspiring other people. I'm involved in coaching. So I've got a different array of things that I'm involved in that I find interesting, but more importantly, it strengthens my brain in so many different areas to where it's not a one trick pony to where all I do is read books or all I do is watch sports. And a lot of times, from my experience of talking with other men, sometimes we men can go down this rabbit hole of being one dimensional with how we go about life or how we do things. And so I tell anybody that I ever talk to, especially from a mentoring standpoint, is diversify yourself or diversify what you bring to a table. When I'm at a table and I'm sitting with six different men and they may be older than me or maybe even mentoring me, I want to at least bring something to the table. One thing that I'm not very familiar with is wines, so that's something that I'll start learning about. Another thing, I was watching a YouTube, I believe it was, I think the name of the podcast or the show is I Am an Athlete, and they were talking to Cam Newton, who is the quarterback for the New England Patriots. And he was talking about a cigar business that he has, and he believes it's one of the best cigar companies in the States. There was another video that I was watching, and sometimes we don't have to necessarily be fully dedicated to whatever topic that may be, but sometimes our interest and our diversified interest can lead us to conversations, and sometimes conversations can lead us into a door that may not have ever been opened for us. So another example to think about is if you go to a company meeting or a company holiday party or just a party in general where you don't know anybody, and some people do suffer from that anxiety of being around people that they don't know. And you're like, well, what do I even talk about to these people that I don't even know? Well, if you have a diversified plethora of interests, it becomes very, very easy to communicate with other people. I remember, I think it may have been 3 or 4, actually maybe 2 months ago, and I had a repair guy over fixing the furnace, and never met him before, and we started talking, and I brought something up about investing in the stock market, and I think his shift ended at maybe 4 o'clock, and he stayed in my place for another 45 minutes just talking about stocks, and I learned things from him. And so that's what I mean, is being able to have these different conversations in different social circles that put you a little bit more at ease, because you don't have to think about, oh my goodness, what am I going to say to this person? You already have things to discuss, and then on top of that, other people find you interesting, and so they're more open to having lengthy conversations with you. I remember back 10 years ago when I was about 21, 22, 23, and all I knew was sports. So I could talk football, I could talk basketball, I could talk golf. That was it. I didn't know anything really about health, nutrition. I didn't know anything about investing in the stock market. I didn't even read nearly as much as I do now. And I just didn't know anything about life. And so the conversations that I would get into, and I've always been a little bit of an old soul, So I did find myself talking to older people, but I just didn't know what to talk about. And yes, that does still happen today, but now when I go into different social circles, I'm not necessarily as anxious to try to figure out what to talk about. So that's the message for today. Again, is being able to diversify your interests to be able to have different conversations with different social circles, which then can sometimes turn into opportunity. If you like this video, go ahead and click that like button, subscribe to this page, and as always, we're always here to inspire, motivate, and just get you thinking about different things. Diversify yourself to increase more opportunities in your life. Until next time, I'm out.